What's up, gentlemen? It's your boy Real Bear, back at you to continue the RuneScape adventure. In our last episode, we were able to level up our magic, unlock the Varrock teleport, and complete our medium clue scroll, which ended up getting us an adamantite chess piece and a master clue scroll, which we can't quite do yet, but that's super cool to have. Aside from that, we were able to complete a Poor Sign of Interest, get us some Slayer XP, and give us a little introduction to how all that works. And we realized that our ranged equipment was pretty rough, so we ended up leveling up our ranged equipment and weapons. We got a full set of basic leather armor, and we've got a blue-right crossbow to go with our magic elemental shield, which looks absolutely phenomenal. We were also able to complete a priest in peril and get introduced to some of the lore behind Mortania and their vampires. And turns out they're not just, your typical vampires. They're really powerful, they're really dangerous, and the only thing stopping them from coming into Misthalin was a river that we allowed to get polluted. So we took care of that, gained access to Mortania, and we turned some people into werewolves, which is pretty funny. So today, I think it's time to level a little bit of Hunter because we haven't really done it at all. The only Hunter XP we've gotten is from the museum quest. And they put those new guide sections and how to get started and stuff into the game with the new update. So there's not really going to be an air of mystery on how to do Hunter now because we're going to be able to learn in-game how it works. So I think there's no better time to get that going. I really want to make sure that we can get all of those Novice Quests done. So we're going to see where that takes us. I imagine it's going to take a while to get to level 27 Hunter. So without any further ado, let's get started, gentlemen. Guys, look at this. Traps and tools can be purchased from Hunter shops such as the one in Gielinor. So we can actually start doing Hunter once we go there and buy some traps. Look at this. It even tells us how to get started. That's amazing. So we want to go talk to the Hunter Tutor in Feldip Hills by chartering a ship from Port Sarim to Corsair Cove. Oh my god. I mean, hats off to this update, you guys. That is just so nice to have all of this in-game. I think it's good that they're putting it all in-game because I think as a new player, I don't necessarily want to go outside of the game for all of my information. Like, that was a big thing with Path of Exile. If I wanted to buy anything, I had to go to a website to trade with people, and I just didn't want to deal with that. So even though I was playing online, it was as if I was solo self-found. And I think for people who are interested in these skills, that takes away this air of mystery around them that might keep them from doing it. Just like me, right? I have not touched Hunter yet, at all. I've done a little bit of almost everything else. I have not touched Hunter. I'd like to level up Hunter enough to do this Eagle's Peak quest so I don't stare at a gray line the whole time. I think this will be fun. Let's see, charter with Trader Stan. Look at all these areas. Okay, so we need to go to Corsair Cove, right? 1,200 coins? Are you kidding me? That's insane! Alright, y'all, I came back with this dude's yearly salary. Let's go ahead and sail down to Corsair Cove. God, that hurt. Oh, we can sail. Do I have Corsair Cove unlocked to sail to? Oh, I can't sail to Corsair Cove until I've done the Corsair Curse at level 40. Yeah, so we were kind of shit out of luck. Oh, look at all these critters. Spined La Rupia, level 40. All these little birds. Wow. This is like a Hunter Haven. Guys, check this out. It's the hunting expert. What are you doing here? Me? Oh, I'm just having some fun. Capturing wild animals, living on the edge, stuff like that. Hey, want me to teach you how to catch the critters around here? Ain't come across anything yet that I couldn't capture. Okay, where's a good place to start? Your easiest bet round here is probably to go for some of the birds. Go for the crimson swifts. They're the bright red ones that hang around near the coast. They're as obliging as can be. Or maybe they're just plain dumb. But either way, they just seem to throw themselves into traps half the time. Well, what sort of trap should I use? Just use a standard bird snare and you'll be fine. You can get them in any decent shop that sells hunter gear. How do they work? Well, they're kind of sneaky, really. You got a tall post with what appears to be a little perch sticking out the side. Now, the bird will see this as somewhere to sit. The perch is actually rigged such that when the bird lands, it'll drop away. Further, as the perch drops, it releases a noose that tightens around the bird's feet and captures it. Neat, huh? Thank you for your help. Not a problem, honey, anytime. Okay, let's try and go north to Gielinor to the hunter shop. I hope this area is not like completely locked away. I don't want to have to spend another 1,200 coins. Okay, yeah, it looks like we can get through here. Awesome. I bought just about one of everything from there other than a magic box. Got 100 bird snares, some box traps, and some rabbit snares. Okay, so it looks like all we can really do right now are catch some of these birds. So I'm going to put some of this other stuff back and we'll just try to catch a bunch of birds. was quite expensive to buy all of these, so I hope they're not all single use. That would really suck. It was like 700 coins for a pack of 100 of them. Okay, let's see if we can't find a little Crimson Swift. Oh look, there's a Crimson Swift. There's a couple of them. Let's lay a snare. And let's put one over here too. Well, I can only set up one trap at a time. Okay. Now what? Come on, buddy. We got some nice bird seed in this one right here. Oh, couldn't you just use a rest? There he goes. Oh, he triggered it, but it didn't work. Okay, we can pick it back up. That's nice. I think him and his buddy are wisening up to this trap, dude. They keep flying away from me. Here, this one's hanging out by the water. I'll put this one right here. That trap's not for you, Mr. LaRupia. Yeah, I think they just fly away from me. I think I need to walk away from the bird snare. Yeah, see, now he's coming over. I gotta kind of stay away from him a little bit. Oh, there he goes. Oh, we missed him again. Well, there he goes. Oh, we caught him. Amazing. 6 red feathers and a raw bird meat and some bones. Very cool. I guess let's just keep training this up for a while. Let's see, can I catch a fell-dip weasel? Yes, we can. Fell-dip weasel, level 7 tracking. Okay, maybe we should hunt some fell-dip weasels instead. I'll tell you guys, these birds took a while to catch. He flew away from my trap like 5 or 6 times before we finally caught one. And that's for level 1. Alright, let's see here. To track creatures such as kevets and weasels, you'll need to track them from their burrow and catch it with a noose wand. Okay, that's all we need. Sick. Check this thing out, you guys. That's sick. It's like a fishing rod for land critters. Dude, this reminds me of what is it? There's this guy I watch on YouTube called Field Days. He's an Australian guy. He just goes out and he does like catching cooks of mud crabs and fish. He does like bow and arrow hunting and spear hunting and just getting crazy stuff. He'll go up to mud crab burrows with a giant metal rod and just poke in there and get out this absolute monster of a crab. And they look really good. We're going to kind of be doing that here. Look at this. We can search bushes and inspect plants. There must be a burrow nearby. Yeah, here we go. Inspect burrow. We actually have to track this sucker down. That's sick. Oh, little footprints. Look. We're literally tracking. The plant looks like it's been gnawed. An animal has passed by and new tracks come up. Oh, he went in a circle and came over here. Yep, he gnawed on that little plant too. He might be in this bush right here. Oh, there we go. He bit on that little plant there. This feels like a mini game, but it's a skill. This is insane. Looks like there might be something hiding in the bush. Attack! Boom! There we go. Raw beast meat, a fell-dip weasel fur, and some bones. Amazing. So now we go back to the burrow and do that again? Yeah, we can just keep doing it. Dude, this is way better than catching birds. Are you kidding me? Damn, you guys. Hunter is cool. Here's the deal, guys. We need level 27 Hunter. That's quite a bit of Hunter training, but at the same time, most of our other skills are getting up to about that point. So I think it's time to finally train Hunter. We can catch tropical wagtails here at level 19. I think I'm going to track these weasels until then and then switch to the birds. But we got to put our nose to the grindstone and get this up a little bit. This is exciting. Completely brand new skill, and it's actually got so much going on. It's so sick. I think I kind of figured out how this works. I checked every single bush after clicking on the den. The weasel just straight up doesn't spawn until you complete the path, which I think is pretty fun. Like if this was a mini game that happened with a random NPC, I would be elated to get it every time. Kind of like the maze with the old man. I know we can turn these furs into someone at Varrock at a fancy clothes store. I don't know what we'll get from it. I'm doing this until I get a full inventory of weasel furs, and then I'm going to teleport back and check it out. Oh, check this out, guys. We can make fell-dip weasel fur clothing. Maybe that improves our hunter in some way. Oh, here's what the eagle quest is, guys. At level 27, we can get giant eagles. That's insane. 2 fell-dip weasel furs and 20 gold. Jungle camo. Wow, those are not bad at all. And they just give you raw defense. That's pretty sick. Okay, y'all, the jungle camo is on. It actually looks pretty cool. Looks like a military ghillie suit or something like that. That's sick. No hunter bonuses, though. You guys, we can get Desert Devils over here in Al-Kharid. We have to go through this Shantu Pass or whatever, and then we can try catching those. Desert is very dangerous. Do not enter if you are afraid of dying. Beware of high temperatures, sandstorms, robbers, and slavers. No responsibility is taken by Shantae if anything bad should happen to you in any circumstance whatsoever. You need a Shantae Pass. These guys and their tolls, man, it's ridiculous. 5 coins. Alright, I'll buy one. So let's buy some water skins. And then I guess let's buy some desert equipment. Because I know people in the desert will wear long robes like this to keep the sun from beating down on them. But they're really light to keep them cool at the same time. He said high temperature, so we're probably going to need to drink a lot of water too, so... I mean, I figure that guy's selling it for a reason. Okay, this is the farthest I've ever gone into the desert, you guys. Oh shit, a camel is aggressive? What the heck? Well, here we go, guys. Here's the burrow. Things for us to inspect are much more spread out here. Oh yeah, I just took a drink of water. Maybe it's like every 5 minutes we take a little drink of water or something. There we go. Nice. We got him. Wow. Burying the bones from that weasel gave us a total level of 575 and a prayer level of 20. That's incredible. It is wild to be almost level 600. It is actually wild. Oh, sick. Completed an easy task in the desert. So these cactuses will fill up every once in a while and I can cut them to get a stack of water for my water skin. Actually kind of keep me going. That's really cool. That way we don't have to leave so quick after we come. There's a whole patch of these cactus over here that I can cut down. So I guess I don't even really need that many water skins out here if I'm doing hunter. I can just come refill out in this little patch down here every once in a while, and then come back. I won't lie to you guys, I was actually kind of nervous about having to go out into the desert because I've never been out here. It's actually not that bad. This is like a nice next step after I complete a lot of these Novice Quests, I think. Combat level wise, a lot of the things out here are around my level, or will be soon. Like 30s and 40s and stuff, so this would be a good place to come and quest for a little bit. There we go, level 19! Now we can catch the tropical wagtails back in the jungle, you guys. I actually quite liked running around in the desert with the water and stuff. That's cool. I like the vibes in the Kharidian desert. Okay guys, I made the desert camo gear and I pulled out the old fell dip gear as well so we can compare it. Oh, they're exactly the same. Looks pretty cool though. Now I'm curious if we can sell this clothing to a shop, because it does cost us 20 gold per piece on top of the furs. And the furs we're only selling for about 5 gold. It only gives us 3 additional coins for turning it into clothing, so I don't think we even really need that. We'll keep the desert camo because it looks cool. Alright y'all, I've got all my bird snares out. I'm going to head back down to Castle Wars and start farming some of these birds. Y'all, now that I've gone to the desert and I've done some jungle hunter too, it seems like they've consolidated all of the animals for those respective sections to those zones. Like there were salamanders in the desert that were for level 40 or something like that. And likewise in the jungle, there are those butterflies, the birds, the weasels, and those tigers going around too, you know. So it seems like, you know, if you want jungle, you come here. If you want desert, you go to that place in Al-Kharid. I do really like that. Let's talk to the hunting expert, see what she has to say. What's a larupia? Yeah, that's that weird cat thing. What's a larupia? You mean you really don't recognize the significance of these clothes I'm wearing? Well, they're certainly decorative. What about them? Well, these are the furs from a larupia. Caught the creature myself, I did, and these make me blend in better, see? You want to be successful as a hunter, you got to be as stealthy as a cat, as quiet as a mouse, and blend in, well, like a larupia, I guess. Well, how can I improve my chances of making a capture? There are 4 key factors that will affect your chances. What bait you use, how close to the trap you are, your appearance, and your smell. That is insanely deep, dude. So the camo is not for the armor, it's to blend into the environment that I'm in to catch these birds. So I actually should make the jungle stuff again. That's what it sounds like. Let's see. How does bait help? Well, unfortunately, creatures don't just jump into traps for the fun of it nearly as often as we hunters might like. However, it is possible to improve those odds. If you can find the right bait to use on your trap, something your prey really craves, Then hunger overrides fear, and the creature's just a little bit more likely to bounce to its furry little doom. Why is it important how close I am to the trap? However well you might be blending in, if you're standing with your nose pressed right up against your own trap, them poor little critters ain't gonna go nowhere near it. So you need to make sure you put a sensible distance, say at least 4 strides, between yourself and your trap. Okay, that's really good to know. Why would the creatures care about my appearance? Well, you're a human. From the point of view of a lot of these creatures, you're big and scary, so it'd be best if the furry little monsters didn't notice you. You need to blend in like the creatures themselves. How do I do that? Oh, that's easy. You dress up like one of them. Even easier, dress up using the furs of the creatures themselves. Then you're bound to get the color right. And I suppose if you don't fancy just slinging a dead fur over your shoulders, you can probably get them made into something more appealing. Here there are tailors in Varrock who are good at that sort of thing. Well, what's wrong with my smell? Do I need Axe body spray or something? What's going on? Old Spice? Oh, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with your smell from a human point of view. But to your prey, any trap that you've set up will reek of human. And that's going to work against you if you don't do something about it. Well, what should I do? You need to mask that lovely human scent of yours with something else. Smoke works well. If you take a lit torch and waft it around the trap a bit, you'll quickly overpower most of the other smells around the trap. Ooh, okay, that's why the guys in Gielinor were selling some unlit torches. Okay, look at this. The Kebbit and Weasel fur is the camo that we need to wear. Incredible. Okay, so let's set up the trap. Then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Yeah, it's taking so long because I probably stink, right? We put the camo on and we have the torch. These guys will probably land on it lickety split. Oh, there he goes. Let's try and do that. Y'all, not only did I sell my armor, I sold all of the weasel pelts from before, so I have to go catch some more for the jungle. Alright, y'all, I made it back. I've got the camo, we've got the torch, and the birds are right here. Let's see if we can't catch one. Alright, so we laid the bird snare, and then we use the torch on it. Well, we can't do that yet, so we'll just sit here in our camo away from it. Wow, he landed almost immediately. That's incredible. We do need a level of 39 to actually remove the scent from these traps, but for now, the camo is enough. That's giving us a little bit of a bonus, I think, so we'll just sit and wait. Nice, we got one. It's quite a bit of XP when we catch one. It's like almost 100. And it's a little bit less intensive than finding weasels, which is really nice too. I enjoyed that, but I couldn't do that exclusively. Especially where it's easier to catch birds now. I think this is a great way to get XP. I like Hunter, you guys. I didn't really know what to expect with it, and I've been really impressed by it. It's fun, it's deep, there's so many different types of creatures to catch, and they all have their own little unique ways that you have to go about catching them. I like how they've organized it so that all the jungle stuff is in one area, all the desert stuff is in one area. So it makes it really easy to kind of just like pick your locale and go, right? It's not like these birds are only in this one part, and then it's difficult to get them, right? I don't know if this came out after the game was released, but you can tell that they definitely tried to make it an efficient skill. Which makes me excited to try out Slayer and see how deep that goes, because it seems like all the critters we can fight with that are going to be insane. They're all going to have their little niches and weak points and stuff that we'll have to figure out how to exploit. It's going to be really fun. Well, guys, we're going to stay here till level 27. I think we'll just sit and catch these birds. There's level 20. We can set 2 traps. So it seems like if I put 2 traps down, if one bird flies to one and it doesn't go off, he'll fly to the next one. So I'm giving myself more chances to catch a creature when they finally decide to go to the trap. I think that's what it's doing. Is this level 27? Let's go! Nice! Now we can do the Eagle's Peak quest, you guys. Having the camo on and standing far away from the trap, just having that information was a world of difference. I was able to catch a bird way quicker since they were to actually fly over to my trap. So catching birds is actually a pretty darn good XP grind. I'd say it's even better than catching the little weasels because I just set up the traps and wait. Like, as long as you're paying attention, then the XP is great. If you're looking away or whatever, then I imagine, you know, they're just sitting there on the trap, then you're not going to get good XP. But we did get visited by a genie, so we'll throw that in construction. Is that a level? 31. Huge. We can make a loom. That's actually insane. All right, y'all, with that being said, let's go tackle the Eagle's Peak, guys. We've earned it. All right, y'all, I made it to our dune. Eagle's Peak did have a recommended combat level of 10, so I've got my ranged combat gear on, and I think we need to speak to Charlie here. Yes, welcome to the zoo. Afraid I'm kind of busy right now. What was it you wanted? You sound like someone who needs a quest doing. That's weird English. Actually, now that you come to mention it, you might be able to help me. A few weeks ago, we had a delivery of a northern ferret. They're funny little critters. Turns out they're tricksy little blighters, too. Whilst we were unloading him from a cart, he managed to escape his cage. What's more, he gave the driver a nasty nip on the way out, too. This was obviously a bit of a blow. Can't make a new attraction without any animals. We got in contact with one of our associates, a huntsman called Nicholas, who agreed to capture us another. Funny thing is we haven't heard from him for some time now. I don't suppose you'd mind having a look for him. Sure. Any idea where I should start looking? Well, the northern ferret is mostly found around the mountains, just west of the gnome stronghold. That'll probably be as good a place as any to start looking. Alright, thank you. Y'all, I double checked on the map. This dude just wants us to head straight to Eagle's Peak. I guess it makes sense that's the name of the quest. We ain't gonna find no weasels up there, bro. It ain't Weasel Peak. Oh, guys, we've made it to Eagle's Peak. Let's see if we can find any weasels around here. Look, there's our first eagle. No way we catch a wonderful bird like that in a bird trap, dude. They're just too majestic. That's freedom on wings, baby. Inspect rocky outcrop. What's this? This area of rock doesn't quite seem to match the rest of the cliff face. There appears to be a thin vertical slot in the middle of the rock, with what appears to be a carving of a feather above it. Maybe we need to put a feather inside of that, you guys. Let's go back and grab some feathers. We got the Gnome Stronghold bank right over here, and we'll see if we can't get inside of that little cave. So guys, I made it back with my 3 different kinds of feathers. It looks like there's some footprints down here, so if this doesn't work, we might be SOL. Let's see. Use feather on rocky outcrop. You place the feather into the groove of the cliff face. You can feel it catch onto some sort of mechanism, but the feather's not rigid enough to move it. Okay guys, turns out none of my feathers were good enough for this mechanism here. Surely there's an eagle feather around here that we need to collect then. Let's jump off the mountain and look around. Yeah, see look, there's a little camp here. Inspect camping equipment. What's going on here? Some of the equipment seems to have been trampled into the ground. Look at the size of these footprints, that's crazy. That's bigger than these other eagles, that's for sure. Amongst the scattered books, one in particular grabs your attention. There seems to be something poking out from between the pages. Ooh, is that our feather that we need? Read the bird book. Yeah, a metal feather, look at that. Oh, you guys, we know about all these different birds, but look, there's a giant eagle section. Little is known about the giant eagles. There are reported sightings in many parts of the world, but the nests of these magnificent creatures remain elusive. The only record of such a nest being found is in the folktale of the bandits of the Golden Claw. It is said that the bandit leader could talk to and befriend the eagles, and use the eagle's nest at the top of what is now known as Eagle's Peak as a hideout. The story goes on to hint at the secret entrance to the hideout existing near the peak of the mountain, but until this day it has not been found. Ooh. Look at this, guys. The campfire has a few logs still burning, so it can't have been unattended long. Maybe the bandits are still around, but something attacked them, surely. This must have been recent, potentially. Well, the metal feather is certainly what we need to get inside, so let's hop back up the mountain. Okay, here we go. Use metal feather on the rocky outcrop. Let's see if this works. You place the metal feather into the groove in the cliff face. It seems to catch in some sort of mechanism. Part of the cliff face swings outward to reveal a tunnel heading into the mountain. Let's go! Oh, look, a feathered journal! So guys, the journal didn't really have a lot going on. It did say that the guys who broke into here were trying to steal from the gnomes, and one guy ended up actually using the eagles to go out and steal from Ardoon. A dwarf made this door, and apparently there's a second puzzle door that we need to explore later, so... Oh, quick drive... Look at this, guys. Quick travel jungle eagle. And we can grab eagle feathers. Hello? Excuse me. Hello, are you Nicholas? Ah, I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, I am the renowned hunter and explorer Nicholas. You've arrived just in time to witness a very momentous occasion, for I've just discovered the nest of a giant eagle, and a most amazing discovery it is too, even if I do say so myself. The Ardoon zookeeper sent me to find you. Ah yes, he sent me to find a ferret. Trivial task, and one which pales in comparison compared to this momentous discovery. I'm sure he can wait. Well, if you gave me a ferret, I could take it back for you. Well, that's very kind of you, but I'm afraid all my equipment is down at the campsite. I'd go with you, but currently I'm somewhat, trapped? Well, I think trapped is quite a negative way of looking at it. I will admit, however, that getting out here may be a little tricky. I did have a plan, but unfortunately it did involve being stuck in this nest. That's funny. Dude, his camp got trampled and he got taken as food to the eagle's nest. That's funny, man. Well, could I help you at all? Actually, I believe you could. I need to somehow trick the eagles into thinking I'm one of them. Could you fashion some sort of disguise for me? What would that involve? Well, you could go and speak to the fancy dress shop owner in Varrock. He can make anything if you give him the right materials. In fact, you should probably get a couple of disguises, one for each of us. Alright, that's a good idea. There are plenty of feathers around here. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so I don't know how many of these things we're going to need. I think I'm going to get like 50 just to be safe. You can always ditch them later. Alright, we're at Asif, guys. Let's see. Now, you look like someone who goes to a lot of fancy dress parties. What are you saying exactly? I'm just saying that perhaps you'd like to peruse my selection of garments. Or, if that doesn't interest you, then maybe you have something else to offer? I'm always on the lookout for interesting or unusual new materials. Well, specifically, I'm after a couple of bird costumes. Ah, an inspired choice. What kind of bird were you thinking of? A giant eagle. Okay, that's interesting. Fortunately, I don't think I have any giant eagle costumes in stock at the moment. Of course, if I had the materials, I could make them for you. What materials would you need? Well, the main problem is that I'm fresh out of giant eagle feathers. I've been meaning to get on to my supplier about that for some time. Dude, these are creatures of legend, and bro is talking about having some feathers. This guy's lying out of his teeth, bro. Wait a second, you... Another instance of the writing catching me, dude. Wait a second, you have a supplier? But I thought nobody knew where to find the nests. Well, there was some chap in desert clothing. He said his name was Ali. Assured me they were giant eagle feathers. Although when I come to think about it, they were suspiciously similar to chicken feathers. Ah, there it is. There it is. Anyway, you're probably looking at about 10 giant eagle feathers, assuming you could find a nest. I'd also need some swamp tar to hold things together and some yellow dye for the beaks. Everything else I can supply myself. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Okay, I know that there's swamp tar in the lumbered swamp, and then we can collect onions above the general store for the dye. That won't be too bad at all. Alright, I've got the feathers and materials you requested. Can you make those giant eagle costumes for me now? Certainly. It'll also cost you 50 gold pieces. Alright, brother. Eagle me up. Here we go. 2 eagle costumes. You should be the envy of the entire party with those. Thanks. Little does he know, we're not going partying. Oh, it used only 1 dye and 1 swamp tar. Dang, I got 2 for nothing. Let's see what this looks like real quick. The eagle's cape. Oh, that's really cool, actually. It's got little wings on the side. And the fake beak. That's awesome, dude. Alright, let's go head back to the eagle's peak, huh? Jeez, that was a hell of a walk back. Alright, we're back at Eagle's Peak. We've got the costumes. Let's see if this disguise is good enough to walk past the giant eagle. Uh-oh, another stone door. The door seems to be locked in place. There's an engraving of an eagle on the door. 3 of the feathers illustrated in the engraving seem to be cut deeper than the others. Looks like they may once have contained some sort of decoration. Well, there are a couple of tunnels here that we can exit as well. Let's see where they go. It's probably part of the puzzle. Oh yeah, here we go. Take from pedestal. What is this? Oh, hang on. It's got a freaking trap around it, doesn't it? Seems to be some sort of netting. As you reach for the bronze feather, the netting on the ground shoots upwards, snatching the pedestal out of your reach. Well, shoot. You wind the winch until it won't go any further. Okay, there's a puzzle here. There we go. Is it good? Sweet. There's a bronze feather. Let's see if we can put some of these in the door. Use bronze feather. Perfect. Alright. Let's go through the rest of these tunnels here. There's a clear patch and a layer of dust covering the top of the pedestal. It looks like something lay here recently. Around the base of the pedestal, you spy what appears to be faint footprints leading away from the area. Oh, one of the bandits had a kebbit. I bet he took it. We'll have to follow his tracks. We managed to pick up the mysterious trail again. The tracks aren't entirely unfamiliar, but they do seem somewhat larger than any you've seen before. I guess he went through this little opening here. You peer down the tunnel for signs of a mysterious creature. Oh my gosh! This thing is huge! Combat gear on! Oh my god, look at this thing. It's got fangs and frickin' needles on its back. What a terrifying little creature. Oh my god. You guys, our armor with range is so good now after our upgrades. He hit me one time. A single time. Let's fucking go. And we've got the silver feather too. Thank god that thing is dead, bro. I don't ever want to see a fully grown Kebbit again or whatever the heck critter that was. That was freaking terrifying. That looked like something straight out of Fallout there, didn't it? Looks like this tunnel over here is the last one. Take from birdseed holder? It's a birdseed-like substance. Weird. Look, it's just like a metal eagle. What the heck? Okay, these are all different bird feeders. These little wooden things. Pull down eagle lever. Let's see. What happens if we just go ahead and pull this lever? Oh, I can't even reach it. Let's see. I imagine he would, like, fly to the bird feeder that has the bird feed, right? So let's put some in here. Does he fly to get it? Oh, that one does. Okay, so if they can move to the end of their line, they stay there. We can pull down this eagle lever, though. Maybe that'll open up this little doorway. Oh, yeah, it swapped them. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab, like, 20 birdseed. There's another eagle lever here. Does this change stuff again? That opened up this one. Okay. We need to move this guy, ultimately. There's another eagle lever over there. So I think this lever over here needs to be closed to get that out. Does this lever open up this one too? It does. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Well, there's two of them. Well, we probably want to move this other one first. We move this guy first, then we can't get over. Then let's do this one. Alright, now we can get this eagle lever over here. We can't see what that one did, but I'm sure it hit one of the two gates in the back over here. We could probably do the straightaway section now. Alright, let's flip this lever. Perfect, look, they're both open. Alright, let's pull this eagle down here. This is a really fun puzzle, you guys. I'm really liking this. I'm a sucker for stuff like this. Feels like the kind of puzzle that would be in something like Uncharted or Ratchet and Clank or something, you know? You just start getting creative and try to figure it out. Okay, I think all we need to do is move him back and then move this guy over and we're done, right? Yeah, there he goes. I think we're good, guys. What a fucking sick puzzle, dude. That was a blast. And there we have it, our golden feather, boys. I dare say that was a job well done. Get our costume back on just in case. Okay, here we go. The golden feather and the silver feather. As you insert the metallic feather into the final indentation, you hear a low grinding as if stone blocks were moving against one another. Can we open it? Nice! Okay, let's see. Can we walk past the eagle? Oh my god, we can. Come on, guys. Indistinguishable. Look at this. Indistinguishable. Oh god, he's on crack. Look at him. His eyes are as wide as the moon, dude. Holy shit. Yo, Nicholas, how are you getting on with your discoveries? What's this? A young hatchling? Oh no, I hope it doesn't think I'm its dinner. No, Nicholas, it's me. I'm just in disguise. You're sure you're not going to eat me? No, of course not. You sent me to get you an eagle outfit, remember? So you could get out of this nest? Wow, that really is a very convincing disguise. You got one for me too? Yes, I have one right here. You give Nicholas the fake beak and an eagle feather cape. Look at him. Excellent. Now there's no way the eagle will be able to tell me from one of its own. Now you run off. I'll meet you back down at the campsite. Alright, I think that's quest complete right there. But look, it says Desert Eagle over here. You know what I was saying earlier about how all the hunter areas are kind of consolidated? I wonder if this is a fast travel to the different hunter areas in the game. Right? Because we saw a jungle eagle too. That would be an incredible form of fast travel, you guys. Not only just for hunter, but just in general. I mean, sign me up, dude. I'm on Eagle Air, baby. Hello again, Nicholas. Ah, hello again. Can I help at all? Well, I was originally sent to find you because of a ferret. Can you get me one at all? I'll do better than that. I'll teach you how to capture one yourself. That sounds fantastic. What do I need to do? Well, come with me and I'll show you. Oh, we're stealthing out in the bush. Okay, so we baited the trap with meat. Now what? And now we wait. Quietly. But what if I don't like waiting for things? Did I mention we wait quietly? Shh, here comes something. Ha ha ha, there you go! One gift-wrapped ferret ready for delivery. See, it's all just a matter of patience. Great, thank you. Look at that, little ferret there. Let me talk to Nicholas one more time about the eagles. I was just wondering how you got on with those eagles. Ah, wonderfully. They're actually most cooperative creatures once they get used to you. With some rope, I'm sure you could find some way to tame them. Maybe even fly on them. Some rope, you say? Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and write that down on the mental think pad and we'll come back to that. Let's head back to our dune for the time being and hand this in. This has been a very cool quest. Alright, Joe, we made it back to Charlie. Ah, hello again. Have you had any luck finding a clue as to Nicholas' whereabouts yet? Yes, I have actually. He'd been abducted by giant eagles, but I managed to rescue him. He's now gotten back to his hunting. Giant eagles? What a strange notion. Well, regardless, if you found him, can you tell him to hurry up with that ferret? Even better, I have a ferret right here for you. You do? Ah, yes, wonderful. I never doubted you for a second. That'll make an excellent addition at the zoo. 2,500 Hunter XP, Eagle Transport Access, and ability to use box traps. I was right. 2 levels of Hunter? You can now trap swamp lizards. Look at this, woodland ferrets at level 27. That's our new thing to catch right there. Wow. Dude, we gotta go check out what the eagles are doing with their little travel thing. We gotta check that out. This must have been where those bandits originally stayed way back when, because they made it a secret base. Okay, here, look. Polar, jungle, and desert eagles. Alright, guys, let's try riding the polar eagle. This is the only place I haven't done. I've done the jungle and in the desert, so here we go. You'd need a rope to hang onto the bird. Shoot! I forgot about it. Oh, God. Alright, we'll come right back. Gentlemen, Eagle Man has returned. It's time to take flight with our great eagle brethren. Let's go. Whoa, we completed a medium task in the Fremenic area. We can quick travel on all of these. Wait, does it take us back? That is amazing! So we have quick travel between all the hunter points now. That's what it is. Oh my god. And look, guys, there's ropes too in case we don't have it when we come into the cave. That's incredible. Climb rocky handholds. Here we go. We need an agility of 35. Where are we? Oh, it spit us out over here by the Trollweiss Mountain. The music is really nice. The music is really nice. This way just leads to a big drop straight down the cliff. I think it's more suited to eagles. We can't actually go down there yet. We need 35 agility. I think that should be our next goal, you guys. Gentlemen, this is probably the second coolest thing that I've unlocked, right next to the Temple of the Eye. This is amazing quality of life. But you know what I think it's time for? I think we got to get that agility up so that we can use that shortcut to go to the polar areas. I think it's time that we go to Al Kharid and do some agility leveling. Alright, gentlemen, we're here at the start of the Al Kharid agility course. Let's start leveling this up. I think I want to try to take it to at least level 35, if not level 40, because we can get that awesome Grace armor with the Marks of Grace. I don't remember how many we have. I think we have like 8, but getting a piece of that armor would be really good. So, let's get going. The heck? He's biting it with his mouth? That was weird. Big Red Japan, what is this? Designer of the 2013 player designed content rooftop agility courses. That's sick. This guy probably made this course, you guys. That's really cool. And to have him immortalized in the game too through that is really sick. Oh, look at this. We've completed a medium task in the Lumbridge and Gielinor area. Nice. Okay, well, there's our first lap. Look at this teeth grip zip line. You know, my mother always told me not to open stuff with your teeth. I think if she saw this zip line, she would faint. That's crazy, man. Oh. It's a quick course, though. It's not bad. I think we'll get this done in no time at all, gentlemen. Alright, you guys, I just finished my last lap to hit level 30. As you can see in the top left, I did 41 laps. It wasn't actually too bad, you know, you just like turn on a movie and do it or something. But, you know, if that was just 20 to 30, I imagine it only gets slower, so I could see this becoming a pretty tedious skill. But on a positive note, we did get visited by a beekeeper. He gave us the beekeeper's gloves. Pretty cool looking. I like that the wrist pieces kind of flare up a little bit, but we also got a lamp. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in our construction. Nice 310 XP. And of course we got 10 marks of grace, you guys, which is pretty good. I had a few laps where I even got 2. So I don't know how rare that is, but it definitely felt pretty good. Now because we're level 30, we've unlocked something called the Agility Pyramid. But we've unlocked the Varrock Rooftop course as well. So I think we're going to shift over to doing Varrock. I'm sure it'll give us more XP than what we're doing now. And I think that'll be the best way for us to get to level 40. Best case scenario, if Varrock starts slowing down, we can jump over to the Barbarian Outpost Agility course and check that out. But I think we're pretty well set to get to level 40, you guys. And just overall total, we have 17 marks of grace. I don't know how many we need for a piece of equipment. I think once we get 30 or 50, we could go check it out. We have to go to some place called the Rogue's Den. I don't know where that is, so I don't want to waste a bunch of time looking for it yet, but I'm excited to get that. It actually tells us right here in the agility overview that the Graceful set gives us negative weight, which can offset our carried weight and let us run for longer. So I think that would be a really, really good thing to have. All right, with that being said, gentlemen, let's head off to Varrock. And here it is, right here. Perfect. Wow, that course had way more steps involved, but it gave us 143 for a lap. Okay, that's not too bad at all. Well, gentlemen, if things go well, I'll see you at level 40. If not, I'll see you at level 35. Alright, you guys, I just finished my 33rd lap around the Varrock Agility course. We're level 35 Agility with 10 marks of grace. So I kind of do want to check out the Barbarian Outpost Agility course, just to mix it up. I think it could be fun and we have it unlocked, so why not? Go check it out. Alright, you guys, I made it to the Barbarian Outpost Agility course, and it's time to check this out. Let's see how this is. It looks much shorter than the Varrock course, so I'm hoping we can get our agility faster. This agility course gives strength XP as well as agility XP. Oh, cool. I guess, yeah, let's take some strength XP. Why not? See how that all works. Okay, so it looks like we're still only getting agility XP from the actual obstacles, so maybe we get strength XP at the end? That's great. We have level 18 strength. I think that'd be great to level that up. Kind of a double whammy here. Yeah, 41 strength XP. That's amazing. So we're getting a little bit less agility XP per completed lap, but I mean, 40 strength XP is phenomenal. I didn't realize there were ways to train this that didn't involve combat directly. At level 20, we can use Mithril, so that's a great place to be. Yeah, I think we'll do this to level 20, and then we'll go back to more conventional means of leveling agility, but this is really cool to have. Oh my god. I'm finally done. Holy shit. Strength level 25 and combat level 29. You guys, you can see it down here. I did 97 laps of this course, and I think I could sum up agility in one word. Tedious. I mean, 97 laps of clicking the same 7 buttons over and over again, constantly. And doing the laps is, you know, quick enough, but I mean, that had to have been just over an hour of me doing that for those 5 levels. Now, we did also get 7 levels of strength, which was amazing. However, now that we're level 40, we do have access to the Canifis rooftop course. So when we go do more stuff over in Mortania, we'll be able to do the agility course there. And with that, gentlemen, we also have access to the polar area of the Eagle transport system. So that's a pretty big one. I'm really glad that we have that unlocked. I'm not going to have to worry about agility for a long time now. I think level 40 is a pretty fine level. It's actually our highest level skill now. And if you look, we're actually almost total level of 625 as well, which is pretty insane. So we did get visited by a genie, so let's go ahead and put that lamp in construction. And let's get the hell back to Varrock, dude. See you never. Okay, we did get 15 marks of grace, so I think now at this point, we might have enough for a piece of the Graceful outfit. We have 42 marks of grace, y'all. We could probably get something. We'll have to look at that. I think now that we have our agility level 40, we should look at doing our next quest, the Prince Ali Rescue. We can start this quest by talking to Chancellor Hassan in Al Kharid's palace. That's just past the toll gate. That's not too far out the way. Alright, gentlemen, let's head over to Al Kharid and help out Prince Ali. Sup, y'all? It's your boy, A Real Bear. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. It'd be great if you guys could leave a like, comment, or even subscribe to show me that you liked it. I love hearing from you guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.